All right, I hate to start videos like this. Of course, I got to do a disclaimer for those two soy boy liberals that are still watching my videos saying that I'm just trying to flex. Well, okay, maybe a little, but just a little. But today we're showing off the toy container. Been working on this thing for 8 months, selling toys, reducing the collection. I finally got it down. I got everybody where it needs to go. Spaced out, plenty of room for growth, although I don't plan on having much more growth. Well, probably a little bit of growth. Enough about me running my mouth. Let's get on to the collection. This is probably going to be a really long video, but you probably already knew that when you saw the time on the video. I'm going to start with Marvel Legends because it seems like that's pretty much all anybody cares about, then bounce around. And if the video gets too long, in the next week or so, I'm going to start doing other videos, just Marvel Legends, just DC, for you don't have to watch all the shit that you don't want to have to watch. But this is the toy container. The absolute best toy container in the game. If you don't think so, let me know who has the better one. Alright, so here's the toy container. 40 feet long. It's the tall cube, so it's 9 feet tall. Put all the shelves in. I did do a build video on this. If you want to turn a shipping container or a shed or whatever into a toy room, I'll give you kind of a walkthrough on that. We'll start right here with the Venom symbiote part of the collection. We're going to go shelf by shelf, bounce around a little bit, but we're going to knock out all the Marvel stuff first. So here's the symbiote Venom coming into Carnage. Some Spider-Man villains, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman and stuff like that. All the spider stuff, I try to squeeze everything together, kind of where they go. I did mash it up a little bit here and there. But here is the Spider-Man part of it, which I'm going to try to go slow for it's not blurry, but fast enough to where you're not bored. Right here is a Wolverine Weapon X Toy Biz chamber. A few people have asked where I got that. That's like 30 years old or something. Then I painted it. But you can get that if you want to put your Wolverine in there. Got Master Mold and the Sentinels right there. Kind of the Wolverine collection back there. And then it kind of leads into like the X-Men stuff. But everybody's fairly well spaced out. You can see every figure in the collection. That's what I love. I hate when you have so much shit on your shelves like I did in my old toy room, to where you can't see none of the figures in the back. I wanted to avoid that. I wanted you to be able to walk in here. No matter how tall you are, how short you are, you can see every figure in the toy room. I do wish they'd do a new Fin Fang Foom. I'm sure maybe they will someday, and I'm sure it'll be like $300. But I'm a sucker, I'll probably get it. You got Thanos, you kind of have like all this space stuff over here. Galactus over here. More space, Marvel Legends. You got the Fantastic Four car from Toy Blocks. He gave me a deal on it. You can hit him up if you want one of those. To me, that's just an absolute must in your collection. I love that thing so much. It's crazy. And you got more Fantastic Four stuff hidden back behind there. Well, it's not hidden that much. Then you have Red Skull. His whole squad there kind of runs into Doctor Doom. I did squeeze those in a little tight there. It's crazy when you try to space this out. It's weird. Like, you end up with big spaces and then too tight. It's hard to nail this thing on one try. This is my second try, and I like it. I think I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. All the Doctor Strange stuff over here, and it kind of goes into Iron Fist, Daredevil kind of stuff, street villains. And then over here is like all the thugs, gangsters, stuff like that. Coming down, kind of got like Mojo, some weird characters here. And it goes right into the teams, and the teams bounce around a little bit because, I didn't have room in one whole row to get all the teams. There's a lot of teams now. Winter Guard, missing a couple people for that. Thunderbolts. That's pretty good. I do need to paint the Agent Venom with red, and then that team will be pretty good. Another Thunderbolts team, a Defenders team. They're making that new red She-Hulk, which I'm going to keep the old one. I'm probably still going to get the new one because it's Red She-Hulk. Why not have two of them? Another Defenders collection, and yet another Defenders collection team. I got 3 of those. And you go right into the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. This is the new team. Hopefully they'll build the last character to complete that team. This one's pretty complete. And then that one's complete, but you do need that old Toad to complete that team. I know he's pretty hard to come by. Squadron Supreme, Maximum Carnage, still missing Carry On for that. Sinister Syndicate, still missing the classic Boomerang for that. Still missing Overdrive for that. I know it's also called Fearsome 4, but, or whatever. Either way, missing one more character for that. Sinister 6, that team's complete. X-Men Giant Size, that one's complete. The blue, the gold. That one's finally complete. I know we all wanted the gold one, but you know that they're gonna sell that to us again later. But I guess that's a good thing for the people that wanted the silver one. X-Men Extension Team. The classic X-Men team that everybody wants them to remake because they're too cheap to buy it on eBay, but there it is. Uncanny X-Force. Finally complete the other X-Force team. X-Factor's complete finally, that's nice. Outback X-Men, missing Colossus and the proper Psylocke for that team. Astonishing X-Men, that one's been complete. I guess they're going to redo the Kitty Pryde and give us another Colossus. I do like the Marvel Select Colossus a little bit better than the Marvel Legends ones. New Mutants, missing 2 or 3 characters of that team. Force Works, that one's done. You get the movie War Machine, he actually fits that team pretty good. The New Warriors, we still need, what is it, Namor's sister or something, and the proper Marvel Boy. That's not the right costume for that particular lineup, but who knows. Alpha Flight, missing the mermaid chick for her, that team. Uncanny Avengers, that one's pretty complete. Could use another Sunfire, but I only have one of those. The all-new, all-gay Avengers, that's everybody's least favorite Avengers team. The Dark Avengers, like they keep giving us characters that we already had, but what we really need is the proper Marvel Boy and the right costume to really round that team out. Hopefully they'll make him someday, but if not, it's good enough. West Coast Avengers, that team is pretty complete. I know they're pretty squeezed in there. I should space those out a little bit. Salvage Avengers, I love that Avenger team. That one's really good. That's the old Toy Biz Conan figure in there. Avengers Assemble team, Secret Avengers team, the Mighty Avengers, Young Avengers box set, the New Avengers, the regular Avengers, that's another one of my favorites. I still have the old Thor there and the old Hulk. I just really like the looks of those. Maybe I'll upgrade them someday, but I'm pretty good for now. And then you go into the Fantastic Four teams. That's a Mezco Fantastic Four team. Another Fantastic Four team that we never asked for, but they gave it to us and I'm happy to add it in my collection. The Fantastic Four team with the blue and the black. The Fantastic Four team with the blue and the white powered down, and then you also have them powered up in the vehicle. Then you have the Fantastic Four team in the costumes we never thought we needed, but we got it anyway. Alright, jumping to the other side of the container. You got the Iron Man over here. And there's a lot of Iron Man that aren't in there because I put them in teams. You probably might have already seen them. But you got Iron Man. And then this goes into like the Hulk, and then a few Hulk villains, stuff like that. Another Holy Grail. Who knows if they'll ever make him. If they do, I'm sure he's gonna be $100. But he was like $10 back in the day. Pretty amazing action figure. They don't do much stuff like that anymore. Then you got like Giant Man and the Wasp over here. Here's the new Giant Man. And I tried to downsize my collection as much as possible, get rid of all the crap that I didn't need. I don't want to have more figures than I need, but I still want to have all the costumes that are important to me. And this goes right into Deadpool, one of my personal favorites. And then Ghost Rider. And then you have the Savage Land over here with Devil Dinosaur. My boy Brock painted that for me. I'm really, really happy with it. There's the rest of the Savage Land there. And coming up here, we have the KFC crew. If you saw my last video, you're probably pretty familiar with them. The Reaver, still missing the leader for that team. Midnight Suns, we're missing like 3 characters for that team. House of X. It's complete enough for me. I'm not really a huge House of X fan. House of M, not a fan, but that box set was one of the best box sets that they've ever did. And then you can add a couple other characters in there to kind of round that out. Age of Apocalypse. We still need like one more set to kind of round that out, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Then you kind of run into Thor down here, some Thor villains, and then eventually flows right into Thor. I guess we haven't got there yet. There's Thor. And then coming down to Captain America. We're going to go up here. And look at some more teams. We got the Illuminati up here, the Cabal over here. Both of these teams are complete. Everybody's pretty much in the right costume, so I'm pretty happy with it. Guardians of the Galaxy. I would like to complete that original team. They started it, they never finished it, but that's kind of how they do it. The Life Foundation, that one's complete. That's nice. Hellfire Club, we still need the fat guy or the 2 fat guys to complete that one up. I did do a kit bash on the black guy right there, because I figured they weren't ever going to make them. The Champions, I need another Angel to maybe do that X Factor team, but I want the Beast and the human form, so we'll see. Who knows? Maybe someday. The Invaders, one of my favorite teams, finally completed. The Inhumans, love that. So happy to complete that. Even though Gorgon's way too tall, he still looks really cool. Excalibur, finally completed that team. Wrecking Crew, that's nice. Generation X. Serpent Society, we're missing so many characters of that team. I don't even know why I put it up there as a team. The Annihilators, that one's complete. Queer Star's in the wrong costume. Everybody else is pretty much spot on. The Order, the Grey Hulk's kind of in the wrong costume. Doctor Strange is close enough. You have the Fearsome Four. That's a hard one to complete because you need that old school Frankenstein, and that Howard and Duck is almost impossible to get your hands on. Then right here you have one of the gayest teams, Jesse Falcon's favorite team, Next Wave. Let's go to the other side. All right, got to get on my knees for this one, so hopefully it's not too wobbly. We're going to go right into DC. This is a mix of several DC lines. I just kind of pick and choose my favorite characters. You got the Green Lantern Corps. This is one of my favorite things about DC, is the Green Lantern Corps. You got the Black Lantern, goes right into the Red Lantern. Then into the Orange Lantern, the yellow, then the blue, and the purple, only a couple of those, and that other weird purple color. The White Lanterns, and then of course the Green Lanterns. And then you drop down below there, you got Batman 66, one of my favorite lines in my collection. I just absolutely love that. Wish they would have did the helicopter. Doesn't look like that's ever going to happen. And then that runs right into Batman. Let me get a better angle. The Batman. It goes into some Batman villains. The Clayface. I love that McFarlane Clayface. He's one of my favorites. Like I said earlier, I try to get down to one figure, but when it's Clayface, that's pretty much almost impossible. Or like Batman or something like that. You go Batman villains over here. That's my feet dragging on the floor if you hear that on the camera. Sorry, just trying to make it as smooth as possible. All right, you got Aquaman, the Wonder Twins. I think they're remaking those finally. And then just some more DC characters. Over here, Darkseid, then it kind of runs into Superman and all that. Yeah, Doomsday over here. And Swamp Thing. We all know Man-Thing can beat the shit out of Swamp Thing. That's no secret. We all know that. And some more like Superman kind of related villains down here. Coming down here. There are more DC characters, and I definitely spaced these out really far. Just in case, you never know. The license is switching hands again, so I might be buying DC figures again. But that's it for the DC part of the collection. Now we're getting into some funner stuff, at least for me. We have the classic, almost vintage Simpsons collection here. One of my personal favorites. This is one that I don't think I can ever get rid of. For one, they're not really worth much, so if I sold it, I don't really think it'd be worth my time. But I have all of the original stuff. So these are all the play sets. They used to make play sets back in the day. I really love it. I think I love The Simpsons. I just do. I mean, they predict the future. How could you not love The Simpsons? Working our way down. I did add all this LED lighting, so the lighting in here is on point now, or at least I think it is. When you get a little higher, you kind of have to stare into the light, but for the most part, it's good. Just going along with The Simpsons. I know it takes a while. There is a lot of Simpsons. Coming down, still more play sets. And then you got one more big Simpsons playset down here. Now that that's done, runs right into the Muppets. These are the old school Muppet playsets. These things were definitely ahead of their time. I absolutely love the Muppet collection. That's another one I'll probably never get rid of because it just looks so good on the shelf. Then you have the Mario collection, one of my favorite collections, also one of the easiest collections to make or to collect because they only do like 1 or 2 characters a year. It just sucks going on eBay collecting all the ones that you could never find. But that's complete. I mean, I don't want every color of Yoshi. I just want one. I don't want every Mario. I don't want every Luigi. I just kind of want one of each character. I know I did get a couple extra Marios. It's hard not to. Then that goes right down here. And the Nightmare Before Christmas. Spaced all those out pretty good. Another one of my favorite collections. That's kind of a mixture between NECA and Select. And that's it. Let's go to the next show. Okay, now we're going to look at the Star Wars. For Star Wars, I'm going to go up and down the whole thing so I don't have to go on my knees crawling through this thing 3 times. But here's the Ewok Village. I guess I should have started down there because that's actually where Star Wars starts. My Star Wars collection consists of the only 3 Star Wars movies ever made, except for Baby Yoda, but I'm eventually going to sell him. But I only like the 3 original movies, so I got rid of all the other crap. But here's the Ewok Village. I went ahead and got 2 of them. One of them's a Robin Hood, one of them's a Star Wars one. I really love how that turned out. Like, God, that looks good. Then you up here, you have like the final battle scene between Luke and Vader, which I absolutely love. Up here, just some random shit. I couldn't throw my junk food boxes away, so I still got those. Couple motorcycles. I'm sure you've all seen my Jabba's Palace before. I built this. It's kind of like the torture chamber for droids. A few other action figures in there. Down here is the Rancor monster, the Rancor pit down there. And then up here, kind of got everybody where I think they go. It's hard when you do this. You got to pick and choose what scene you're going to do. Then over here, you have the sail barge and that scene. Once again, there's so many options that you want to do, but you gotta pick your battles with this. This is what I went with. This is how I did it. Got the other skiffs down here. I'm pretty happy with it. And you got like the Yoda part. Got the X-Wing with the moss and shit on it. That's the monster that was in the water, supposedly. We never really saw him. Yoda's little house. That's the old school one. Coming up here, we have the Cloud City. Went ahead and put Boba Fett Slave 1 over there. That's an old school freezing chamber. I like that a lot better than the new one that they did. A cloud car, Luke and Vader. Another Luke and Vader. Which I downsized as much as I could. God, I had so much extra shit. It was crazy. Then you kind of have like all the Imperial stuff down here. And up here. I love this vehicle. That one's really hard to come by. Only kept one TIE Fighter because that's the right color. That's the one I wanted. You got the old school playset there. And then you have the whole Hoth setup over here. Let me get you through this. There's the Hoth. And then you kind of have like the Rebel stuff up here. And then some more Imperial stuff over here. A few random aliens that I had a hard time getting rid of. More Rebel stuff here. Let me give you a quick. This is all the Rebel stuff, all the way down to there. The droids and the aliens, I tried to keep one, at least one of every droid and every alien from every movie, just because that's the bread and butter. I got the cool Millennium Falcon, the big one. I absolutely love that thing. That thing was like $150. Could you imagine how much that thing would be today? And my favorite part of all of Star Wars is the cantina and the playset. I know a lot of these aliens are from other movies, but they're aliens, and who cares? They look great in there. Here's the cantina all set up. Everybody is where they should be. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. More cantina stuff down here. Then you have the opening scene of the very first Star Wars movie over here. Some of the Jawas, the Sandcrawler. I do wish they would remake that a little bit bigger. I know they charge us $500, but I'd gladly pay it. And you come up here, you have like the Sand People. And some Stormtroopers. And then it just goes right back into the droids. Alright, then we got all my Voliverse stuff right here. Don't have all of it. He quit sending it to me, but I got the good stuff. I got the stuff when he started, but there it is. You know, what are you gonna do? I'm not on the 3PO shill list, so that's pretty much all I got. Then down here you have all the South Park figures. Another one of my favorite things in my whole entire toy room. Absolutely love this collection to death. Then you have the old school Tick figures, another thing that I probably will never part for. Then you kind of have like the Lady Death area, the old school more collectibles. And this kind of runs into just a couple random action figures. And this is kind of where the Sesame Street's going to be set up. This is another play set from Toy Blocks. That thing is truly amazing, and he customizes your name. You can't really fuck with that, but that is really cool. I really like that. Coming up a shelf, you got Skeleton Warriors. Another one that I can't get rid of. Bone, thought about selling it, but I'm kind of running out of action figures, so I think I'm going to keep that for now, or maybe forever. Then you have Futurama. Love this set, love the show. Thought it was cool that they even made that. And then that runs right into the Gremlins. I think I'm done with Gremlins. Every character that I've ever wanted, that I bought. And then after that, it just seems like a bunch of repaints and reuses. Planet of the Apes. Wish they would have did more with this line. I absolutely love it to death. You got like the old school stuff and then the new stuff. I love both of them. Jumping up a shelf, we got the Road Warriors. That's a really old set of toys, but I love it. Really cool. Really happy with that. King of the Hill. What redneck doesn't like King of the Hill? I know this redneck does. H&R Puffin Stuff set. Goes right into my junk food stuff. Captain Crunch. We're going to be adding to that. We got the Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles coming. Definitely looking forward to those. The old school Mars Attacks. The McDonald figures, they're supposed to do a second set. They never did. I'm just happy to have those. One of my favorite things, if not my favorite thing in my whole entire toy container, is the Puppet Master action figures. I love that set. God, I love that set. All right, let's get the ladder. We'll get to this Jurassic Park and Alien and Predator. All right, then up here we have Jurassic Park, which I'm gonna have to jump up on the ladder and back down. I love the skeleton part of it. That's really cool. That's the old school play set. The roof wouldn't fit. Didn't really do the math on that. It's sitting over there. And then you have the big cage over here. Spinosauruses, and then the T-Rexes. I might downsize that because I don't think I need 3 of each, but for some reason I got them. And then they just keep going down this Jurassic Park. Got kind of the vehicles up there. I know the light when you stare into it, it's a little bright, but what are you gonna do? Nothing's perfect. More Jurassic Park. Let me move the ladder down. Jurassic Park goes all the way down to the end of the container there. Then over here you got some of the bigger dinosaurs. Got them nice and spaced out so you can see them. Then Jurassic Park goes to right there. And we'll go down and show you the rest of it. Right here you got the 10th action figures. I really, really love that set of toys there. That goes into the pit. That's the old school Build-A-Figure pit, not the fake pit that they just made. And then the Wildcats. That was my first action figure that started all this nonsense, that one right there. I got him, then I went ahead and completed the whole Wildcats team. Up top here, we just have some Skylanders. Me and my kid used to play that game. They're not worth shit to sell them, so I figured may as well as display them. And then the Skylanders go all the way down to the end. Okay, here's more of the Skylanders. They go down about halfway down. There is a bunch of those, and I got rid of a ton of them. And then you have the Family Guy here, which I personally love the Family Guy. You can turn that show on at any point, and you can't go wrong with it. The show it's ahead of its time. It's amazing. So that's it with this whole side of the toy room. And now we're gonna flip around and go on this other side. Just the top part. We already saw the rest. So over here we got Spawn. These are spaced out. I figured just in case I get some more, it's nice to have. You don't want to build your whole toy room and then pack it full. And then when you buy something, you don't have room to put anything. So I made sure to have plenty of open shelf space just in case I want to buy some more shit eventually, which, you know, we're all addicted to this shit, so you know it's coming at some point. Salmon Twitch up there. I don't know how glary that light is. In person, it's not too bad. Camera, I'm not real sure. Then the Spawn kind of leads into Malbolgia, Violator, stuff like that. Got everybody spaced out. You can see them all pretty good depending on your angle. Some of them block each other, but for the most part, it's pretty good. And then the Spawn and Image runs down quite a ways. Continuing on with the Spawn and Image stuff, you got the Max right there, you got the Creech right there. You got like these old Toy Biz Image stuff when nobody gave a shit about Marvel anymore. That's all up here. And then it leads right into the Predator, and then the Alien goes down there. So here's a Predator. I did downsize my Alien and Predator collection quite a bit. I just tried to, make them all look different. I know some of them are comic book, but I kind of want them to look somewhat movie related. But here is a Predator selection. Coming right down here, and then it goes down about halfway. Here's the rest of the Predator collection there. And then it leads right into the Alien section. Everything's spaced out. You can see it. You can see it all from the ground too. I'll do a little clip of that. That's the whole container. That's just some random extra stuff that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I'll kind of do a quick walkthrough from the ground. So when you're walking into the toy container, that's it. It's a 40-foot shipping container. Painted it, insulated it, built some stairs and a little deck. Put out a little table for I can, dust the action figures off and stuff out here, get stuff ready. Put some doors on it, put a camera, a lock. all that fun stuff. I got my little review station right here, and you walk in, and then this is what you see. So when you're from the ground, you can actually see everybody pretty good. Like there's the Jurassic Park stuff up there. I mean, you can bend down a little bit, position yourself, kind of see the whole collection. That's it. Now let's go look at something really cool. All right. There's a toy container from the river, and I know you're going, God, here he goes again with this damn river. Oh, that in the background, that's nothing. That's just my new jet ski. But enough about that. When you're sitting there and you're putting this amazing display together and it's taking forever and you're like, God, this is a lot of work. Just remember, it's still better than
you sucking dick.
definitely better than action figures.